Ooh, I'm feeling my age. But one thing, I can remember when this beautiful painting was brand spanking new. Hopefully it's going to get a repaint soon, or perhaps revised with a brand new theme. So my birthday's coming up soon. I'm getting nostalgic about seeing an old mural, and yeah, the back's feeling okay at the moment. Just towards the end of the 2-hour bus ride down from Ventspils to Liepaja Auto Oster over there, yeah, I was just feeling a little bit of jip in the small of my back. Probably doesn't help being trussed up like a chicken as I am. But the good news is I was able to take my luggage onto the big long bus, which was not even half full. That saved me €3. Plenty of room to have a double seat to myself. Now then, I'll wait for this bus to come across, and I'll tell you what we need to know when we arrive at Liepaja's Auto Oster, the main bus station and train station, all in one place. Currently it looks as though there may be a bit of renovation work going on. There we are. The options are, you can walk if you like. However, there are trams, such as this one coming right around the corner. Down there, there's a tram stop, little shelter in case it's raining. You can hop on the tram and that will take you down into the centre, across the river, into the old town as such. So if you've got a bit too much luggage, or you're feeling a bit knackered, or you like the idea of riding a tram, that's your option. For our purposes, it's not going to help because we're staying on the other side of town, which means the shortest way of getting there is to go up the stairs, go over the tracks, down the stairs, and then walk on. It's going to be only about a 15-minute walk, and that will take us to the Hostel Breeze, which is really a budget hotel. It accommodates people at the bottom end of the market, like me, I suppose, as well as many others. I think students stay there through the winter time, and workers will stay there at any time. Tourists who come are coming for the beach primarily. It's got a lovely sea park as well. There may be a windsurfing tournament going on. Could be many events. Therefore, probably one of the hotels in that direction is more likely to suit their purpose, including another budget option, basically sport hotel. Very similarly priced usually, but each time I've looked, Hostel Breeze has just had the edge on it. So that's the one I've plumped for on this occasion. Fingers crossed it works out okay. €17 a night for a private room, similar to the place I've just been in Ventspils. Hopefully it will be okay. But I am just going to pop into the bus station first of all, just to see about the onward buses to Liepaja, because in 1 week from today I will be going from here, I think, by bus down to Liepaja, and the buses are now few and far between. Of course, they stopped altogether during COVID, but I gather there's a service of some kind. There used to be a far more regular service operated by Echo Lines and Euro Lines back in the day, but I'm going back a few years. but just because there's not enough demand, those services have dropped off the radar. Let's see what's available these days. Right then, there we have an example of how times change. Apparently there used to be a bus here which ran in the evening, and that bus stopped when COVID came along, and it hasn't been reinstated, as the old service, I guess, was not very productive in the first place. However, the lady told me in there what I had seen online anyway, which is that there's another separately sort of like private run bus service which runs to Liepaja from here, and it doesn't actually begin, the journey doesn't begin here, it begins just south of the centre of the old town. I have looked at that online previously, and it seems at this time of year those little buses are running 9 o'clock in the morning. They're about to change, or they may have just changed to 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not sure whether to get there more than an hour early, just to be on the safe side, to make sure I can get on the bus, because I don't think you can buy tickets in advance, from what the lady in the bus station has just told me, which isn't the kind of position I like to find myself in. But having said that, beggars can't be choosers, and perhaps what we have to just assume is, well, yeah, if there's clearly almost no interest, or there's meagre interest in this route, then presumably you can just show up and just pay the driver whatever the price is. There aren't even prices online, so I don't know how much that's going to cost. That is a bit of a drawback of if you're coming down from Riga, or if you're heading across to Klaipėda through Lithuania. Perhaps you've come up through Poland, or you've taken a flight to Kaunas or Vilnius and you're heading to the coast of Lithuania, going to Klaipėda, then planning to come up to Liepaja. You are going to be very limited in your options, because apparently the bus, even this little one only bus service doesn't run every day. But the good news is, apparently it does run on Mondays, so that should work in my favour. Although that just means more Latvian and Lithuanian tourists can enjoy the place for themselves without the intrusion of annoying foreigners like me coming along. We can feel we've got the place to ourselves, and it's not going to be overrun anytime soon by hordes of people who flew in with Ryanair, Wizz Air or Air Baltic. Liepaja does have an airport. Believe it or not, Air Baltic's pilot training academy, it does operate out of the Liepaja airport, but I'm not sure if many actual international flight services come and go from that airport. So we've come across the tracks. We can go up here. Then I think it's take a left and take a right. And then walk ahead. When we see a cemetery, then we will know that we are in the vicinity. On the left will be the cemetery. On the right hand side, the Hostel Breeze in a big building. It's one of these towns, like you find many many locations around the world where prices really can soar on certain weeks or months of the year, but for many of the months of the year prices are just really low because there's no market. People really just aren't coming. So if hotels want to have any sort of custom, then they are kind of forced into severely lowering their prices to get bodies in beds. So I took my own advice, turned left, kept walking, and there's a landmark, Mego, open 8 till 10. So looks like a pretty new supermarket right on the doorstep of the hotel, because I'm thinking just up here to the end of the road and turn right, and that's where I think we will find Hostel Breeze. And sure enough, just going a little bit further, here we've reached a busier road and the sign Viesnitsa Breeze Hostel. We've certainly got plenty right on our doorstep, and mind your step, because again, a lot of tipsy, topsy-turvy, broken slabs here, so you can easily come a cropper. Here is Hostel Breeze, and a big sign, but in about 100 meters, a little bit less perhaps, big sign, Maxima, another supermarket option. So you're spoilt for choice, and that's the way we like it. Right, let's go in and check in and see what the room's like. Whew. On the 4th floor, not only do we have a very nice, tidy, brand new room, there's a little common area. If you feel like trying out the big leather chair. Corridors are a bit dark and spooky looking, but at the end of them, you can get out onto the veranda. So if you either need some extra fresh air or you're a smoker, you can go and have a cigarette, I guess. Oh, we've got the Wi-Fi password up there, that's useful. Silence between 11 and 7. So let's see if that works out. And we've got 2 kitchens, one at the end of each floor. Oh, let there be light. And there was light. Maybe that's activated by somebody such as myself walking down the corridor. I don't know. But we've got security, which is good. And okay, there's the toilet and bathroom. Don't want to go in there with a camera. For obvious reasons, you know. Now, is this the kitchen? It sounds as though it might... Oh, there's somebody cooking in there, so I'm sure they don't want to be on film. Down the end of this long corridor will be a similar pairing of kitchen and bathroom facilities. There's somebody cooking in there as well, so unfortunately I can't show you either of the kitchens at the moment. That's a bit of bad luck, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Right, that's where you take a shower. Knock me down with a feather, clever Trevor. Just run into a bunch of big burly guys. clean shaven here, beards, and I thought, oh, Chechens. Turns out they're a wrestling team. You don't meet a Chechen wrestling team very often, do you? Oh well, I think I'll keep my distance, just in case I get on the wrong side of them by saying the wrong thing, you know. Anyway, international mix in Hostel Breeze. Why not? Sure enough, the TV doesn't work. I've gone through the channels, but I think I might know why. What's lurking down here? Oh, I see. Yes, I think this might be the reason why. Don't you? Oh well, didn't want to watch TV anyway. Word of warning about those bathrooms I've been in. I'm not going to take the camera in because this feels awkward even when it's an empty room because somebody's going to walk in, aren't they? Let me just advise you of something. One far end is ladies only. The other far end, men only. Don't get them mixed up, okay? There's the triangle shape and the upside down triangle. So don't get those two mixed up. And also the showers. There's 3 or 4 cabins in each room, I imagine. And because, yes, I did go in the women's bathroom by mistake, I happen to note there are no curtains. So even in the female shower room, you've got 3 or 4 cabins for privacy, but no curtains, no door. So you're open to anyone who walks in. Thank God there was nobody in there. When I tried to walk into the men's, somebody's in there and they've locked it. And I'm thinking what's happened is the person has gone in there, wanted privacy, understandably, if they're getting naked, and he's locked the door, so he's got the room to himself. This might cause a problem for other people who might get angry if they're queuing up outside to get in and they don't care about getting naked in front of other guys because they're part of a football team, so that's what those guys do. But for the rest of us, and the modest man who's in there at the moment, yeah, actually I think he's given me an idea. I think I'm going to lock the room when I go for a shower. Just hope I don't annoy anybody. The quirks of hostels. I nearly said hotels, but this is actually called a hostel. But it's, yeah, a distinct type of hostel. And as you can probably hear at the moment, there's a lot of drilling going on and noise of workmen, even though it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, late afternoon. Work is still going on. And above is, there's a bit of music going on, and there's a sort of like children's play group thing. I don't know if it's dance classes or whatever, but that's going on the 5th floor above. So, yeah. Anyway, it's only 6 p.m, so who cares about the noise at this hour? It's what happens between midnight and 6 or midnight and 7, midnight and 8. That's the important time when we need the quiet, isn't it? Ah well. Still not complaining, still think I got a good deal here, but perhaps I'll get back to you about my report in the showers. Or not. Now it's time to go shopping. Stepping out of the hostel, I am thinking, yep, nice. It's all worked rather well. And that's a nice little thing as well. Guests are welcome between 2 in the afternoon and 8 in the evening to check in. We do not accept guests at night. And that's a little bit reassuring, I guess, because even though I'm in a private room, it suggests to me there won't be loud, perhaps drunk people staggering in from their party looking for a place to rest their heads well after midnight. Very pleasant receptionist, and for those of you who get a bit nervous about people not speaking English, the lady speaks English perfectly, as does the manager. You can rest those fears, set them aside, relax, and even though we're staying in a budget hotel, staff are absolutely fine, super friendly, attentive, considerate. What more can I say? Mind you, I have only just checked in. I'm going to be here for a wee while. Let's see how the time goes. I'm sure it will go too fast, but isn't that always the way? There, I forgot to mention, is the bus stop just over there. So the little marshrutka minibuses, flag them down, they'll take you in that direction into the old town, cross the river. And then if you're only here on very limited time, I would say as soon as you cross the river, jump off the bus at the earliest opportunity and let your sightseeing begin. You won't get to see everything that's worth seeing if you're only here for a day, but I know people are on different schedules and not everyone has the luxury of as much time to dedicate to looking at what's on offer in each town they come to. This supermarket opens at 8, closes at 11 at night, so that's very good. A little cosmetic shop over there. Not sure if there's an apotheca. Let's see. Again, turn the camera off because security won't like it. Yes, there is a Menes apteca. It says up there, so there's an apteca as well, in case you need some paracetamol, for example. Okay, verdict on Maxima. Not as good as Rimy. They don't have the bran flakes, which is a bit unfortunate, and they don't have the hot food counter, which again is a bit unfortunate. So I've had to compromise a little bit on what my supper will be tonight. Beetroot salad in a ciabatta, I think, with a tiny sort of mini pizza cheesy thing. God knows what this is going to do to my stomach, but sometimes when your stomach's empty because you've been on the go and you haven't had anything since breakfast in the morning, stomach might be just grateful for anything that I give it. We'll see. I think that brings our introduction to Liepaja to an end. I'm already looking forward to heading up that away to Korosta. That may not be tomorrow. Tomorrow, or the next video I should say, might be it might be a continuation of this, or it might be a whole brand spanking new video which takes us down to the harbour and to have a little look around either the attractions by the sea and leading to the sea, or the old St. Peter's market. Might even get to see another one of those Peter the Great slept here houses. Yep, they've got one here, just like they had one in Tallinn. Anyway, I don't want to get you too excited for the next video. I'll say thanks for watching. Kindly like and subscribe, unless it's going to cause you too much pain to do so. Otherwise, thanks a lot for doing that. And now I'm going to relax in Hostel breeze with a nice cup of peppermint and ginger tea. Perfect.